What is going on, everybody? It's the Franz, and we are here for AEW on TNT review, as we have just seen by far, the best episode of TV for this new company, which started a little over a year ago. We had tag team title match, a very, very fun tag team battle royal, Jeff Cobb versus Jon Moxley, Chris Statlander versus Shauna, and Cody. 1-on-1 with Wardlow in a side AEW's version of a steel cage. This was top to bottom a pay-per-view, plain and simple. This felt like we just got an NXT takeover with AEW stars on a 2-hour episode on Wednesday night. This was a fantastic show. No complaints whatsoever. This show was great. If AEW would have came, the only way you make this better is if AEW would have came out and was like, for the first time ever, this is going to be commercial free. Then this really would have been a free pay-per-view on TV. This was that fucking good. The Battle Royal, which started the entire show, was great. It was a tag team Battle Royal. However, this was no WWE tag team Battle Royal where one person is eliminated, everybody in the tag team is eliminated. That's not how this happened. This came down to 1-on-1 between one of the Young Bucks and I believe Santana of the team of Pride and Powerful. So much fun with this match. Way too much that I can even try and justify it with. But this was fantastic. Jeff Cobb versus Jon Moxley. Just a retake on what they did at the G1 Climax. Probably nowhere close to what they did, but it was absolutely fantastic. Shauna and Statlander, also a great match. We heard from Nyla Rose, the new AEW Women's Champion, giving you a fantastic promo before two new challengers to the throne made their intentions known. Again, just the tag team title match was absolutely fantastic. I can already hear the haters coming out after this match was over with. How the Young Bucks and the Elite are only hogging the spotlight and not giving new tag teams the spot to go for the tag team titles, because the Young Bucks won the Battle Royal. Paige and Omega won the tag team title match and retained. So technically, these four guys who were friends outside of AEW and were the big parts of the Elite are in a tag team match against each other. And I guarantee you, AEW haters are going to take that as, well, they're doing exactly as we thought they would. We'll talk about that later when we get to that tag team title match. And of course, the main event was fantastic. That finish to that match, holy shit. It had Wardlow. To me, Wardlow in a suit, way scarier and more threatening, in my opinion, than the guy who wrestled there tonight. Wardlow coming out looking like Brian Cage in a wrestling singlet. Just saying, he looked like a Brian Cage knockoff. Not going to say anything bad. He held his own. Cody made him look fantastic. It's like this match. You can't watch this match against Cody and say that Wardlow is going to be like this, the next big thing. He went up against somebody who is a ring general, is a ring leader, is going to be able to go out there and make anybody look fucking fantastic. Any match after this for Wardlow is going to show us what Wardlow can do. The only negative for that is the fact that you gave Wardlow, who has not been seen or used in AEW one iota yet, a pretty big match in a main event spot when there are so many other people who could be in that spot. But we'll see where Wardlow goes from here. He looked fantastic against Cody. That's a lot on Cody as well. We'll just have to see what happens with him in his next match. But, as I said, the Tag Team Battle Royal started the show. You had Santana Ortiz, the Beaver Boys, all watching on the outside. Kaz and Sky to the top rope. They were in this. Now, towards the beginning of this match, the Dark Order's hype guy, the guy who does all of their video packages, actually made a live TV appearance and said, "It's just kind of funny, Kaz and Sky, how your buddy Castellanos isn't there. The Exalted One is near. The Exalted One is coming." And that was a way to have the Beaver Boys, who are part of the Dark Order right now, eliminate SCU. So they were out. So the Young Bucks kick them, double kick them, they get taken out. Scorpio Sky actually dove in and started attacking members. One of the members of the Dark Order who had a mask on, and Stu Grayson. So I don't know who the guy is who does like their promos and stuff. Who has the suit, has the goatee and the blonde hair. I have no fucking idea who he is. I thought for a second, and I don't know why I thought this. I thought for a second that happened to be like Evil Uno unmasked, and then he puts the mask on. He's Evil Uno, but no, it's somebody else, and I have no fucking idea who that is. But yeah, he makes his first appearance. Now I'm watching this match with my dad and everything, and we see Jack Evans was the first person eliminated, and right then and there, they didn't mention that everyone has to be eliminated. It can come down to a one-on-one. We found that out pretty quickly when you see Jack Evans get eliminated and Helico still wrestling, and they made no announcement of them being eliminated. So that told you that this was not a normal battle royal that you would see. This, by far, was the best battle royal they have done in AEW. Want to know something? Like, Shima and T-Hawk were representing the Strong Hearts in this match. I saw Shima get eliminated, but I must have missed when T-Hawk got eliminated, because I did not see him get eliminated in this match whatsoever. But you have multiple eliminations going on, left and right. It came down to Matt Jackson and Ortiz. They beat the hell out. Like, it came down to Trent, Matt, the Butcher, the Blade. I'm sorry, the Butcher. The Blade was eliminated. The Butcher and Pride and Powerful. So Orange Cassidy was not seen at the beginning of this match, but towards the end of this match, towards the middle of this match, Trent gets tossed over, but Orange Cassidy is there to catch him and have him on his shoulders. So we got our Kofi Kingston moment, which is, I'm donning it Kofi Kingston moment because he made this relevant. I mean, John Morrison was the first to do it the year before, but Kofi has made it a staple of the Royal Rumble, and they had that moment here with the best friends in Orange Cassidy. Chucky T, of course, was eliminated not too long, and was eliminated way before that. But the Butcher and Trent were on the apron fighting. Orange Cassidy was actually going to try and catch Trent, but he got himself up. They start fighting. The Bunny comes over, stares at Orange Cassidy, and just dick kick City, taking him down. And then next thing you know, Trent is eliminated. Matt ends up eliminating the Butcher. It came down to Santana and Ortiz and Matt. They send him out, but he holds on. Matt with a super kick, who eliminates Ortiz, who ended up on the outside. It looked like we were going to have a miscommunication between Santana and Ortiz again. Santana would have ran into Ortiz and take him out, but that didn't happen. Matt ended up kicking Ortiz out. Sammy Guevara springboards in, looking to help, but Matt with a super kick, and the way Guevara took that was absolutely perfect. He clotheslined Santana out of the ring for the win, and now the Young Bucks will receive a World Tag Team title shot at AEW Revolution. That is next week. We will have a next week's show, we will have a post-show review of the show, and then we'll also do our preview and predictions for AEW's Revolution, coming to you on Leap Day. Backstage, Cody enters the building with Randy Rhodes and the Dog Pharaoh. We also saw Wardlow doing some push-ups as he's getting ready, being coached by MJF. And we go straight into Chris Statlander versus Shauna. Britt Baker joins on commentary. She tells Tony she brought him a skinny latte to keep his figure down, which later on they show Tony Schiavone got a cut. It has a Starbucks cup, but instead of the Starbucks logo, it's Tony Schiavone's face. So I don't know what was in this latte, but when we had the Jon Moxley Jeff Cobb match, Tony Schiavone was nowhere to be seen, because after this match, he interviews Nyla Rose, and he's going to bring her out. You know, he's talking about her match last week and everything before he brings her out, and he was starting to lose his voice. I don't know what the hell happened to Tony Schiavone, but I think whatever she put in this latte really fucked his voice up. But Chris Statlander, big fan of hers. She's fucking fantastic. First female graduate of the Creator Pro Wrestling Academy by, I believe it's Kurt Hawkins. It's Kurt Hawkins' wrestling school. So great on her. Each wrestler trades some wrist locks. They boop each other. We have our first ever boop off. Just back and forth on the nose, booping each other on the nose. Crowd's selling it like it's the fucking the super mega kicks from Orange Cassidy. The AEW crowds, I gotta say, are fucking phenomenal. They get into these shows and they just put everything over. And if something sucks, and you go to an AEW show, if something sucks like the Nightmare Collective did for so many weeks, they let you know. This crowd, this whole boop off was like Orange Cassidy coming in doing his kicks to the legs. It was fantastic. It's just fucking awesome. They throw forearms at each other, styling with some elbows, chops, kick, uppercut, and kick to the face, cover 2. Back and forth action, both end up on the top rope. Shauna with a double stomp on her opponent. Cover 2. Shauna in the control of the match, but eats a big elbow, and Statlander hits the Big Bang Theory. 1, 2, 3. Statlander is your winner. So, good little match here. And I want to see more Shauna. I don't know if she has prior commitments with other shows. I want to see more Shauna. I want to see more Chris Statlander. Get these two women on TV. Where the fucking hell is Sadie Gibbs? She's had, 1, 2 matches in AEW. She's been seen backstage, I think it was last week, when Nyla Rose was getting all pitchy because nobody was, celebrating with her or celebrating her win. She's been there once or other times. Where the fuck has she been? I have not seen her wrestle on AEW in a while. Give this woman some time. Riho, we're probably not going to see again for a good while. I mean, they have no reason to bring her back anytime soon. She can go off and do her Japanese stuff until she wants to either come here full time or just stay in Japan. But great to see Shauna and Chris Statlander getting some time. Chris Statlander was also on Dark last week, so that was great to see 2 matches back to back for her last night with Diamante, which that was Diamante got pissed her off and she got destroyed. So recap of Nyla Rose beating Riho last week to win the AEW Women's World Champion. We hear from the new champion right after that. Tony Schiavone talks about walks with the AEW Women's World Champion on stage. He congratulates her on winning, but Rose barks at the crowd. Is that how you greet a champion? She says she should have been the first champion in the face of all these posters. Says it just makes her hungry, and when she's hungry, she breaks bitches. Schiavone talks about Rio having courage, but she rips the mic away and says, "Courage." Is like, please. I represent power. I'm the queen in the beehive. She called everybody bees for some fucking reason because, okay, that's the best thing they could come up with. Rose then proclaims she will be a one-time champion because nobody can beat her. Nobody can stand up to her. And from the back comes Chris Statlander, number 2 in the rankings. She goes to boop. She looks like she's going to take her finger and boop Rose's nose, but she does it to the title, giving the message that she wants that title. Out comes Big Swole, who gets in Rose's face. Security referees come out. They're talking trash. I can't hear a damn word what the fuck they're saying. It wasn't on the microphone. Swole and Statlander lock eyes for a moment, and that is that. Big Swole is nowhere near being title chip contender worthy. She's been on Dark and maybe a couple matches on TV. She's nowhere close to being ready to be in the title picture. It's great to see that they seem to move away from Riho because it looks like it's going to be either Chris Statlander or Swole to be Rose's first challenger. It's not a Rose I don't see being a long-term champion. I just don't see it. I think she'll hold the title and lose it in the first title defense. If that happens at the pay-per-view, I think she loses it at the pay-per-view. It just doesn't seem like Nyla Rose as a champion doesn't seem to fit Nyla Rose. She should be somebody tearing away at everybody and trying to get the title back. She's like a chaser, just like same thing with Chris Statlander. It's like I don't think Statlander's character warrants her being a long-term champion. Cheetah, yes. She should be somebody who wins the AEW Women's Championship and keeps it for a good long while. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. They made no announcement of who, if anybody, Nyla Rose will be defending against at the pay-per-view. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But Nyla Rose, great promo. She brought it. It seemed like she was just ready to go out there and make you. If you weren't a fan of her, if you didn't want to hate her, if you didn't hate her before because of one reason or another, she came out there and was like made you want to hate her for just being who she is. Jon Moxley versus Jeff Cobb. Moxley comes out. Jeff Cobb comes out. Jeff Cobb stands at the bottom of the ramp and waits for Jericho's music to hit. He has the ticket in his hand. Again, the Jericho Cruise was 6 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. We're in another week of the crowd serenading Jericho with Judas. So that's a thing that's still happening. I thought that was going to be a one-time thing, but I guess I was wrong. By the way, there's only 4 matches currently at the pay-per-view. The tag team title match, the world title match, MJF versus Cody, and Johnny Hager versus Dustin. I think we're going to get maybe 2 more matches, maybe 3, get it to 7 mark, which is where we usually see pay-per-views that aren't going to be forever long. So I can see a match that gets teased or gets added on or teased more after this match. This was fun. Jon Moxley and Jeff Cobb have had 2 previous matches before in New Japan. One was a tag team preview match for their match in the G1 Climax the next night, and that G1 Climax match. That G1 Climax match was fun and was great. This was also fun and great. Jeff Cobb is somebody that if AEW could ever get this guy under contract, they need to do it ASAP. This guy is fantastic, and I know WWE was probably going to be like, well, they have interest in Jeff Cobb. Let's throw as much money as we can at this guy and get him under a contract, which I don't think he's ever going to do because he wants to work Japan. Of course, this match, Jon Moxley's midsection is taped after what happened last week. He took a massive tour of the island's attack by Jeff Cobb after getting beat down by everyone last week. This was definitely a target of Jeff Cobb the entire match. Jon Moxley, of course, still rocking that eye patch. I don't know how long he's going to keep that on. I mean, how long does it take an eye like an eye to recover? I don't have a clue. I've never had my eyes taken out yet, even though I did have surgery, but that took a while. But the way this match ended was interesting. Cobb with a suplex from the top rope. But Moxley pulls him up, gets his legs up, and pulls Cobb's legs in, and gets the 1, 2, 3. Cobb gets pinned by Jon Moxley in the matter of luck. This did not make Jeff Cobb look bad. Jeff Cobb went out there, he brutalized the hell out of Jon Moxley, and Jon Moxley barely hung on and won by the skin of his teeth. Of course, after the match is over with, the Inner Circle comes out. They're beating the hell out of him. Dustin Rhodes comes down. He wants a piece of Jake Hager as they're going to be facing each other at Revolution. He swings away. Its numbers are too great, but the lights go out. The lights go out some more. And out comes Darby Allin. Nice pop. Skates to the ring. Brings his board in. Swings away on everybody. Hager tries for a low blow, but Allin blocks it with the board. Cobb from behind. Cobb from behind, suplex, but Allin, holding the skateboard, took a German suplex, flipped over, and landed on his feet. Moxley hits him in the gut with the skateboard, and then Jon Moxley hits the mini Death Rider, taking him out. Allin then launches Guevara into the steps on the outside brutally. He didn't just launch him; he took him and threw him straight into the steps. They swing away at each other. Moxley whips him into the ropes, but Jericho bails out of the floor and up the ramp. So, going picture-in-picture, we know Sammy Guevara does the cue cards, but Darby Allin decided to do that and sends another warning to Sammy Guevara that he wants to beat him, pretty much, he said hit him up. Moxley's going to take the title, the Inner Circle's going to be finished, and he's going to hit him up in the worst way at Revolution. That match has not been made official yet, But I fully expect between now and next Wednesday that's going to be made official, and that is going to be happening at Revolution. That will be a fantastic match. Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, I can't wait. Give me that match next Saturday. Now I was thinking maybe they're going to do something with Jeff Cobb next week where we have Moxley and Darby Allin versus Cobb and maybe one of the members of Pride and Powerful, maybe Sammy Guevara. I don't know. But it looks like that might be something they could be doing. The only thing we know going into next week is the 30-minute Iron Man match. So that final 30-plus minutes, let's say 35 minutes of that show next week is going to be the entrances, the hype packages, the match, and then whatever happens at the end of the 30 minutes. So next week's show, we'll see Kenny Omega and Pac in a 30-minute Iron Man match. That's the only thing we know. I'm sure between now and then we will have more matches announced. Now, we go to our World Tag Team Championship match. This was fantastic. Paige and Omega, yes, they still have miscommunications because they're not a fully redefined tag team. They're a tag team, but they're not a fully functional tag team. They still have miscommunications. But these four guys went out there. Phoenix and Pentagon work well with almost anybody. I cannot do this match justice whatsoever. Even if I wanted to come in here and do a blow-by-blow, I'm no JR, I'm no Tony Schiavone, I'm no Excalibur telling you everything that we can in this match. This match, all you gotta say is, this match was fucking fantastic. This match was a lot of fun. Everyone, it just looks so much fun. That is like the theme with AEW lately, is that everyone seems to be having fun. The match, the Battle Royal at the beginning of the show, looked like everybody out there was going out there and having the time of their lives. You had Shauna and Chris Statlander. It was a short match, but they had a great match. Jon Moxley and Jeff Cobb, great fucking match. This match, fantastic. This entire fucking show felt like a goddamn pay-per-view with one title match and a fantastic cage match at the end of the show. I haven't seen NXT yet, and I'm going to watch NXT and do a review. I'm thinking about probably removing NXT from my lineup of stuff to do because it never gets anything for me. But I don't think there's nothing NXT could do this week to even come close to what AEW did this week. But you had everything that these two teams go out there and give you. Miscommunication a little bit by the Elite. Like Omega selling an injury to his leg. Paige drops Pentagon, boots Phoenix down to the floor. Falling away slam lands. Kip up. Paige leaps up and top and down on Phoenix. Sliding Larry on Pentagon. Cover 2. Now there was a point in this match where Pentagon and Omega strike on the apron. V-trigger to Omega, V-trigger to Pentagon after Omega. So, Pentagon was going to do the package power driver to Omega on the apron. He stopped that. Hits a V-trigger. Then Phoenix runs the rope and hits a Hurricane Rana to the outside. Pull onto Kenny Omega, who was on the apron still. Fucking fantastic. Pentagon gets up, and while he's doing that, Paige gets on top of the turnbuckle and does a moonsault to the outside. Everybody on the outside. Paige comes back in. He throws Pentagon in. He throws Omega back in. Tags in. Discus Lariat, cover 2. Omega then eventually talks back in and tags back in almost immediately, not looking great. Pentagon with a kick to Omega's face. Sling Blade on Omega. Phoenix with a massive missile drop kick. Paige hits a pop-up powerbomb on Pentagon. Omega with a knee to the back of Pentagon to his head. Phoenix looks for the springboard cutter. No, Omega holds him from behind. Paige tries for the buckshot lariat and hits Omega. Paige sent out of the ring. Phoenix with a flip onto Omega. Pentagon hits onto Paige. Penta hits the Penta driver onto Omega. It looked like that was it. We were going to have new tag team champions have a rematch from Double or Nothing and All Out. But no. Close as you can get. The referee's hand was so close to touching that mat, it was so close. Omega with a Snapdragon on Pentagon hits a V-trigger. Phoenix leaps in. Tiger Driver 98 cover for a 2. Barely kicking out. Phoenix escapes the One-Wing Angel. Page and Omega then hit the Buckshot Lariat V-trigger combo. Can we get a fucking name for that? 1, 2, 3. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page have retained. It will be the Young Bucks versus Kenny Omega and Hangman Page at Revolution. I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. There are going to be those detractors out there, those haters like, see, look, AEW is all about the elite. Look at the Young Bucks and Hangman and Omega. They're hogging all the spotlight from all these other tag teams. Where's this tag team revolution? Shut the fuck up. Look at what the Young Bucks have done since AEW has started. They put over Private Party in the very first match of the tag team title tournament. They didn't have to do that. They could have went out there, won every fucking match in dominating fashion and won the world tag team titles and hold them for a year plus. They didn't do that. Hangman is one of the most over guys in the fucking company over the last 3 fucking months. Only rivaled by Cody, Jon Moxley, and Darby fucking Allin, and possibly the Jurassic Express as well. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's above them. So, to anybody who thinks that this is nepotism here, and these guys are sitting there just working with each other because they're the EVPs, go shut the fuck up. Don't say it on Twitter. Keep it to your fucking self. Don't put it on YouTube. Don't put it anywhere else. If you have anything negative to say about this match coming up, here's a good idea. Don't fucking watch. We don't need you. Just wait till Revolution. Watch these two teams go fucking give you a great fucking match. And when the Young Bucks probably win, Hangman's going to turn on fucking Kenny Omega and start the massive heel run that we all are looking for. So, just sit there, shut up, and watch good fucking wrestling. That's all you need. Now, I'm looking forward to this match after what Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega have done over the last 3 months or so, and how they come together as this tag team. I think the miscommunications are going to get the best of them at the next pay-per-view, at Revolution, next Saturday. And that's going to be the do-win for them. And the Young Bucks will be in the World Tag Team titles. And that's when the feud between these two is going to start. And that's going to lead us up to Double or Nothing in May. I think Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega is going to have a feud going all the way to Double or Nothing. Then Kenny Omega is probably going to move on from there and get himself ready for Jon Moxley at All Out in August. I could be wrong, but I just feel that's the way they're going. Cody and so yeah, what is left? Oh, we have about 20 minutes left or so. We're gonna have Cody with Brandy and Rhodes and Arn Anderson versus Wardlow with MJF. Wardlow has his own music. I'm really surprised. Usually, somebody who is a guy who stands like a bodyguard for a despicable weasel heel. They usually go out there and they use the Weasel's music. No, he has his own, and that's fine. Another one of these matches that I just can't even tell you. This was fucking fun. Wardlow looked great. His finisher is not the F5, it's the F10. I would love to hear why somebody decided to call it the F10. Just like, why do you think Charlotte calls the figure 8, her figure 8, the figure 4, the figure 8? Because it's twice as good as the daddies. So I have a feeling they want to be like, well, it's twice as good as the regular F5. Because he doesn't throw them up and then come down with them. He spins them around and throws them around. So that's what the F10 is. Just, okay. Now, the cage. This is not your normal wrestling cage. This cage was like a Hell in a Cell shrunk down to the sides of the ring. It's not on the ring apron, it's on the sides. So if somebody was to fall through, fall and lean through, you could take the cage, as Wardlow did during picture-in-picture, and pull it into your opponent and use it to damage them even more. They did that. Cody. Okay, so this is a cage match. Cody is a Rhodes. What do those two things do when you have a Rhodes and a cage match? They bleed. Cody Rhodes, early on in this match, was bleeding like a fucking stuffed pig. And it was a good visual. It's not something we need to see in every fucking match, but it's a fucking cage match, and it helped build up this stuff. Now, Cody was like, I guess there was only pinfall submission. There was no escape the cage, so I don't know what the fucking point of the door or the ceiling is, but except for the end of this match. Now, Cody was was halfway between the stairs on the outside, and he was laying in the doorway. MJF is out there barking orders, barking at Ennis, like, do like you did to his daddy, and swing and hit him. So Ennis like, okay, and takes the door and swings it and hits MJF, knocking his ass out for a minute. Now, later in the match, MJF is trying to climb up to get into the cage when Brandy takes a steel chair in one cheek and then the other cheek on his ass, bringing him down. Arn Anderson from behind, as he's screaming at Brandy, grabs him and throws him over the barricade, even though I think he should have threw him into the cage and then threw him over the barricade, but hey, whatever. The finish, though. The finish. We got a low blow. MJF handed the diamond ring to Wardlow, but Cody hit a low blow, puts the ring on, hits him in the face, hits the crossroads, 1, 2, kick out. Does not beat him there. Cody starts ascending the cage and comes out without even thinking about it. Usually when you see somebody like get up top of the cage, they sit there and they think and they do the crossing out, like they cross and do the cross over their chest and head and everything. None of that. Cody just does a massive moonsault, landing on Wardlow, who happened to catch him. 1, 2, 3. Cody beats Wardlow, celebrates with his wife, his coach, and MJF somehow got up to the ramp, looks on from the ramp, upset and pissed off as hell that his plan to not get this match with Cody, again, has fallen through, because apparently he had to beat Wardlow to get the match. This, by far, was the best episode they have had in a long while. And next week is the go-home show, and I don't think they're going to be able to do what they did this week. Now, next week on TNT, right after this show goes off the air, they're going to have, I believe, a 1-hour special. A behind-the-scenes look at, the road to Revolution, or the behind-the-scenes to Revolution. So make sure to check that out. But that is your AEW TNT review for February 19th. We are 10 days away from Revolution. I can't wait to see what happens, but hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video, find me on Twitter at The France Club, find me on twitch.tv/The France Club, and I will, hold on. There's 2 announcements that I saw tonight, one on TV and one on Twitter. On tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow sometime, AEW is starting their own podcast. Unrestricted. So that is going to be happening on iTunes and any other major podcast you can have. Plus, right before the main event of this show, they announced that they are getting action figures. They showed Jericho, the Young Bucks, Cody, Brandy. So I think it's kind of cool. It's like cool toys or something. Kind of cool toys or something. So look forward to seeing AEW action figures. Just the details. They had Kenny Omega as well. The details of all these guys and woman. All the details, the gear they're wearing, it all look. They flex back and forth in the stomach area. The arms and everything flex as well. It looked fantastic. I'm going to be interested to see what we have for tomorrow on the first ever episode of Unrestricted by AEW. Cannot wait to see what happens there. But just want to throw that out there. Find me on Twitter at The France Club. Find me on twitch.tv at The France Club. And I will see you guys tomorrow for NXT. Until then, my name is The France, and I'll see you guys later.